Alright, welcome back. The Monster Hunter. Oh, there's a bit of a stream delay. Yeah. I had the day off, so I thought I would start a little early tonight. I've just been too eager to get back to this one. So last time, we finally got the lance and cleared out the rest of the quests that needed to be cleared to move on to the first large monster. And for this, from now on, I'd like to add a little special something because I noticed we have this letterboxing where nothing's really happening, and I've come up with this little overlay that will show my current equipment set and stats at all times. I do have to update it manually. It's not hooked into the game at all, but it should be a little nice. It should be a nice little overlay to fill out the otherwise empty space. I'm also using a PS2 controller tonight because I found my adapter. So this is going to be the most legit experience, although it doesn't seem like there's any lag. Hopefully there's no input lag. But I'm going to prepare for this quest with all the equipment that I think I'll need, just to be safe. Like previous quests, we're going to get some supply items, like the healing item, first aid meds, and some other stuff too. Nutrients are interesting because they'll boost your maximum health. I might save that because, at the risk of jinxing myself, this monster isn't that hard to fight. Oh, I have 2 more herbs, so let's make the maximum 10 potions before we go. And what else? Paintballs, I was talking about in previous sessions. We don't really need them for a Velocidrome. I fought this monster before, and Velocidrome is pretty easy to track because you can watch which direction it leaves the current area from, and it can only go to an adjacent area. Flying wyverns like a Rathalos or something else is going to be a lot more trouble. Oh, that's right. We're gonna make potions. Cool. I haven't had any failures yet on potion making. So sort these so that they'll be easier to reach during the quest. Yeah, this will actually be the last quest that I've done before in this game on my actual PS2. Slay 1 Velocidrome. Now this is interesting. I know that later games, any quest that's marked as a hunting quest can be completed by capturing the monster instead of slaying it. But I would guess that we do have to slay it, based on this description as well. Oh, that's right. I need to actually accept the quest. I was thinking about getting the 1 more iron and a little bit of zenny that we need to upgrade the lance, but we should be able to complete this quest with the starting lance and armor. So I'm not going to do any preparation. I promised a large monster hunt, and a large monster hunt we will have. I don't know what the chief has to say about this quest, but I don't think there's anything he can tell me that I don't know already. Oh, wow. He gave us some flash bombs, too. And some regular, a barrel bomb. Yeah. And an empty barrel. That might not seem very useful, but empty barrels are used to make barrel bombs. I think the red one is a large barrel, so we may as well take it because the quest gives it to us, and we're going to keep it after the quest. But this small barrel bomb you place it down and the fuse is lit right away. So you can use it to set off bigger bombs and otherwise hurt the monster. I don't know that we're even going to use them because Velocidrome moves around a lot. I love this music. The music is kind of hit or miss in this first game. I think they didn't really get a hold on a good soundtrack until Monster Hunter 3. But I never played Monster Hunter 2, so I don't know. Maybe that game sounds good. So I was thinking about these Velociprey. They're about the size of like a Utah raptor. In real life, Velociraptors are very small. Or they were, I should say. The comparison I've always heard is that a Velociraptor is about the size of a turkey. So it's not very intimidating. But these fellas, yeah, these Velociprey are about as tall. Like, their eye line is about, like, human eye level. So that's about the size of a Utah raptor. But a Utah raptor doesn't sound as scary as a Velociraptor, so I can see why they chose the different name. Of course, this game doesn't have to be historically accurate because it's a fantasy setting. Okay, I wasn't actually sure where the Velocidrome would be. But this, I figured this might be one of the places. Yeah, you can see he's got a really big middle claw. And this big crest. Otherwise, it's just a big Velociprey. I think it sees us right away, yeah. That's the wrong button. Jeez, I forgot that you attack with the right analog stick. Yeah, and you'll notice this is the music that the Rathalos used. That we heard when the Rathalos first appeared. Gotcha. That's something I need to do, is I need to be guarded. The real danger of the Velocidrome is all of the Velociprey that will come to its aid. Yeah. Also, I'm not used to using the lance where you can't dodge roll. So you really have to learn to position yourself really, really crucially. And this is where I eat a first aid med. But of course, even using potions takes time, and we need to be somewhere that we're not going to get hit right away. Oops. Oh gosh. Yeah, the Velocidrome has already called a bunch of friends. Let's have another med. And let's see. We could use a flash bomb because they gave us so many. You have to be standing still to use it, though. Got him. Okay, we knocked him down. Strategy with the lance is 3 thrusts, and then you hop to reset the combo. But of course, the Velocidrome really falls back pretty far when you hit him. So you can see how this music gets a little bit grating after a while. Oop. Okay. Oh, wow. Nope, we need the first aid med again. Oh, and I should have got... I'm gonna die if I don't leave. So this is where I realized that I forgot to boost my stamina with the rations. And this is not a bad way to go. Let's see. Yeah, I would say that this is proving to be a harder fight than the first time I did this quest. But I don't think they can get up here. Yes, they can. Yeah. Oh, hello. I don't want to fight over here because I'm probably going to go through the loading zone. Yeah. Let's go back this way, where it's safe to eat, and I'll fill up on all that valuable stamina boosting rations. Sometimes that's just what you have to do. Oh, this place isn't really safe either, is it? Let's see if I can get the Velocidrome to jump or something. Common thing to do in this series is to get the sort of bait the monster to doing an attack or a move. And then from there, you have the opportunity to attack or eat an item or something. I forgot, this is a long animation. Alright, and I'm going to be ready on the first aid med to chow down if I really need to. Oh, hello. Wow, the Velocidrome really came, like, right up to the exit. Uh-oh. Okay, blocked it just in time. The problem is that I'm getting surrounded as well. Okay, and the Velocidrome ran away, so I should follow it. Oh. That's interesting. I didn't think the other Velocidrome would follow the leader, but I guess they do. I feel like they don't do that in later games, at least not in Monster Hunter 3. But yeah, we didn't need the paintballs because we can see pretty easily where the Velocidrome went. Although, if it went to this area, it might have already run somewhere else, so maybe I'm wrong, and maybe paintballs were a good idea. I'm gonna hope that it ran to Area 4, because Area 9 is a really bad place to fight. No, I don't hear any of them. Okay. It definitely left towards Area 3. This is very strange. This is also a reason why they give you such a generous time limit. Especially the first time you fight a monster, you just don't know where it's gonna go. Oh, it is here. Is it? Maybe. But you see, you're kind of forced into this awkward camera angle. I don't know why they do this. But then you have this... the area in the far north isn't too bad. It's just when you get down here in this corridor, it's a real death trap. If bullfangos are in this area, this is... it's impossible to dodge their charge. Yeah, I'm not sure where the Velocidrome went. If it's here, it didn't see me yet. Weird. Where'd it go? I thought I'd gone everywhere. Oh, okay. That was a weird little animation skip. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought I heard the sound of snoring. But I guess not. Where haven't I checked? Yeah, I should have brought my paintballs. Oh wait, there it is. That's it. You can tell by the crust being bigger. It's not even that much taller than the Velocidrome, but well, it looks like it went to area. Did it go all the way to area 2? No, I think it went here to area 4. Yeah, maybe I should have thrown a flash bomb again. I don't know. The range of the flash bomb is tricky. It probably wouldn't reach. Dang. I thought it went this way, but maybe it went to area 2. Let's actually use some of this stamina and find out. So your stamina maximum naturally depletes over the course of a hunt. Faster if you actually use your stamina, so you want to manage how much you use it. Okay, that was close. Man, I got hit anyway. Okay. Okay, we're getting into a rhythm, almost. Ouch. Okay, that's really bad. Let's see if we can run away. The classic thing in Monster Hunter is getting hit like that right after you've eaten a healing item. And again. Alright, so... we want to follow it while the other Velocidrome are busy. I didn't think it would be so hard to fight with the lance. Ouch. Yeah, it does this. It has these like big leaps and then small ones. And the camera isn't helping either. Yeah. Velocidrome wants to let its minions do the work. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's get away. Getting surrounded is a really bad idea. We'll need to sharpen. Oh, Velocidrome ran off. While those ones are distracted, maybe I can get maybe I can sharpen safely. No, no way. I'm gonna get hit. Yeah, at the very last second. Let's see. I can probably get a little bit of peace behind this tree. Yeah, there we go. The thrilling hunt. This might not be my weapon. Okay, I'm having some thoughts, but thinking back to... Oh, there it goes. Is it going back to Area 10? Thinking back to the, using the sword and shield. It's just about as clunky. Like, that's, the nature of these old Monster Hunter games is that they're very clunky, all the weapons. The lance just gives you a lot of defense with its shield. Yeah, here we go. Oh. Oh, wow. I got blindsided by that. Oh, gee. Show what I mean business. Yeah, they do hit each other sometimes, which is nice. I just got a spot. There it is. The big kahuna. Uh-oh. I tapped the analog stick by accident. Okay. I think your stamina, in keeping with later games, this is something they kept. Your stamina depletes faster if you're running away from an active monster. Let's see. Nope, I can't get behind this tree. I'm just gonna have to brave it out here. Ouch. Ouchies. No. Don't jump on me. Oh. Ah, gee. I gotta remember that I can't walk away fast enough to not get hit by those. Luckily, all of those Velociprey are minions of this monster, it seems. So they've followed it back out into the main field. I definitely had an easier time with the shortened shield, I've got to say. This weapon really wants you to block, to use the shield component of it. Although it seems like this Velocidrome is really easy to stagger. Oh, ouch. Oh. Yeah, hitboxes are a little weird in this game, too. Oh. I'm pressing the wrong buttons tonight. Oh, okay. Got it. Oh, okay. Now I was wondering, run away. Oh, just in time for the Velocidrome to leave again. I bet it went back to Area 10. Alright, here's an idea. I should eat one of my steaks. I only have one. But I should eat it to get maximum stamina. Or no, you know what? I'm just gonna run it. Oh. Oops. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna... Nope, wrong button. I'm gonna run to area 11, where there should be no... Velociprey or anything. And I'm gonna take that opportunity to heal up and eat a well-done steak. Yep, just a moss swine. Yeah, boy. Lance is kind of a hard weapon to use with these monsters. I think the intention is that they want you to diversify and use different weapons. but I don't know. I like picking one weapon that I can roll with for the whole game. I did realize that there may be a problem running Lance for this game, but we'll cross that bridge if we come to it. Oh man, Velocidrome can run into the loading zone. Oh, wrong button. Okay. Luckily, you can kind of move around a little bit with the shield out, which is, I guess, what you're meant to do. Oh. Oh, you're running away again. Uh-oh. Jeez. Oh. Man, I can't even get away from this one little Velocidrome. This is where the game gets real. Clearly. Oops. Oh, I was facing the wrong way to block that. Yeah, I do not like this D-pad camera. Right now I'm reaching my thumb across the whole gamepad to move the camera without letting go of the analog stick. Oh, there you are. Gotcha. Oh, and they got me. Can I get away? Almost. This music feels kind of appropriate right now with how bad this is going. Oh, let me out. I've trapped myself. Where did the Velocidrome go? It left. I kind of made fun of that advice from the village about throwing flash bombs, but I mean, they gave me 4 of them, so I may as well use them. Let's find the Velocidrome first. Oh, it's running to the next area. Area 4. Oh no, it's running to Area 2. I keep wanting it to go to Area 4 because Area 4 is pretty wide open. And there isn't any grass blocking the way. Uh-oh. Is this stream froze? You gotta be kidding me. Maybe it's just my computer. Let's continue. Okay. Good start. The trouble with these is that you have to totally stop moving to use one. But at least I got the velocity. Oops. You don't get to leave. Okay, I'm gonna try and eat my last potion without getting killed. I'm probably gonna have to sharpen again really soon. Oh wait, what is wrong with the stream? Okay. Sorry, the stream is looking pretty bad today. Yeah, and now I've got to leave to sharpen again. Already. What is going on? Bitter rate. Alright. Hopefully, the stream is more stable. I don't know that there's anything much I can do about it. It's just down to my internet connection. Nope. Oh, really? Velocidrome is about to leave anyway. I feel like I just wasted my time taking a break. Or recharge. Oop. Okay, I need to reposition. Come on. Let's do it. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of the weeds. Gotcha. Uh-oh. And I can't even see what I'm doing. Okay, they ran away, and I have no health left. This is looking pretty grim for me, but I'm gonna soldier on and try and do my best. There goes Velocidrome, the only one that's already running away from the area. Yeah, oh boy, I need to not do that. Running at your stamina like that makes you very vulnerable, because you start running slower than normal sort of jogging speed. But yeah, the Velocidrome always roars a little bit, and that's a good chance to attack. Where are you? Nope. Let's get out of here. Let's get a little distance, and then I'm going to throw my last flash bomb. If I don't get killed first. There's so many of them. It might even be better just to let them hurt each other for a little bit. Okay, let's aim. Yeah. Velocidrome by itself wouldn't be too bad. It's the added pressure of all of its minions that makes this quest difficult. I'm gonna keep a really close eye on the stream now because it was, I don't know what was up with that slowdown. Let's try this. I don't know if that'll do anything. Ooh, that was close. That shouldn't have blocked that, but I guess it did. Oh, and I'm almost out. Ah, there we go. Our first cart. The quest doesn't even give you much of a reward, so the loss isn't too bad, but it means I only get 2 more carts, and I've already used my healing items. Disgraceful. Let's see if there's anything else that I can get from the item box. No. I've got a small barrel bomb and whetstones. I may as well use the whetstone, because I'm likely to run low on sharpness as soon as I get back into fight. Yeah, this game is brutal. Lance is proving not to be an easy weapon to use. I've only ever used the Lance in Monster Hunter World, and that's a much easier weapon to get into. Let's see. We're a little over halfway through the quest, but I've been getting some good hits on Velocidrome, so I think I can still do it. I just have to, I don't know, it's, you get swamped by the Velociprey so easily that if you start blocking, you're just going to be blocking and nothing else until you run out of stamina. So that's not a great strategy. And sheathing the lance takes enough time that a Velociprey is likely to get a hit. It's really tricky, and it makes me feel like they want you to use a different weapon for this quest. But I'm gonna insist on using the lance and be just self-destructively stubborn, I guess. Okay, that was good. I got a stagger and a KO, like a knockover. Oh, they hit each other out of the air. That was pretty incredible. I don't think I've seen that before. Okay, here we go. I'm also playing a little too aggressively, I think, for this weapon. Or for this game in general. You really want to... Okay. You really want to speed and reposition a lot, it seems to me. Nope, that was bad aiming. Oh, let me dodge out of the way. Thank you. Okay. It seems like if there's one right next to you, it's going to favor swiping you with its claws, so I need to be ready to block. Boy. I would say that went pretty well, except that I've lost most of my health in that one encounter. Uh-oh. Which way? There you are. Oh, okay. Ouch, that ate up like all of my stamina. Yeah, I'm getting stun lock now. I probably can't block because I'm gonna just not have enough stamina to survive it. So let's do some awkward hand positioning to keep an eye on the monster. That is something that I miss as well. Later games give you this, you can lock onto a monster. Oh, here it comes. I'm gonna get KO'd, I can feel it. That's not what I wanted. Later games, they allow you to lock onto the monster you're fighting so that you can, oh, it's running away. I might just kill these Velocidrome so that they don't trouble me anymore. Yeah, and the fight keeps interrupting when I'm trying to explain. It's not that important. You can press the center camera button and it'll lock onto the selected monster in later games, which is really handy. In this game, it just points the camera in the direction the player's facing, which is useful, but in a fight, it's not as great. I did grab some herbs just now, because herbs have a chance to heal you when you eat them. Uh-oh. Well, I'm gonna have to take that chance, I think. Let's see if I can lure you into attacking. Okay, I got a little health. Oh, that was bad. I just dodged right into its attack. Uh-oh. Oh, see, look at it, and that took some of my health because my stamina was all used up for that. So, if you don't have enough stamina to block an attack completely, then you will lose a little bit. Like you saw there, you'll lose a little bit of health. Now this Velocidrome is not going to leave me alone, so I'm going to... I'm going to slay it. Uh-oh. Luckily... Oop. I was gonna say, luckily this is not like a Dark Souls game where you use your stamina to do your attacks, because that would make this punishingly difficult. Probably impossible, honestly. I wanted to forage those mushrooms that are in the corner of this area and make some more potions, but the Velocidrome just keeps coming back. So the most I can do is eat the rest of the herbs I've got and throw in a few good attacks. Oh, look at that. It's just kind of stunned. I think that's a bug. That was a good one. As clunky as this is, it feels strangely fair because the monsters kind of move as slowly as you do. Yeah, we're running out of time. But I think I've still got it. Yes! Victory! In the 11th hour, with one cart, Elizabeth pulls through. I love this victory music as well. As grating as the... Oh, we only get 2 cars. As grating as the battle music for this area, the victory music, which is the same for any quest completion, it's just great. I love it. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yes. 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 We did it. This is the closest I could do to cheering. Incidentally, since I'm emulating, I could technically... I could just rebind the weapon attack commands to buttons, but I'm insisting on playing this the way that it was played. Also, you always get this this kill cam of sorts at the end of a quest, and I guess it's rendered at the in-game resolution because that is a much lower res than I finished the game with. Oh yeah, screamers are used to make sonic bombs? I don't know. Oh yes, I do. They are very useful with at least one particular monster. But I'm not going to say who yet. And even 800. That might be enough to upgrade the lance. What I should definitely do after that miserable performance is gather... I need to replace the the potions I used. And I should get some better equipment. Because I was taking a lot of damage from a Velocidrome, which is in some ways the weakest monster in the game, the weakest large monster. Yeah, I still have a long way to go. So we've unlocked quest level 3. So you'll notice the Velocidrome quest stuck around, but all 5 of these are technically random out of a pool of 3-star quests, of which there are more than 5 total, but you can only get you can only see 5 at once. So the Yankuku, who... Oh, maybe the Sonic Bombs might be useful against the Yankuku as well. All I know is that the Yankuku shoots fire, and we're not ready for it. Then we've got 10 Velociprey quest. It's in the same area. Oh, that's interesting. The Yankuku is in a new area. It's in the jungle. Piscine livers. Dealing rare items that I find in the desert. I guess, so this one, I guess Piscine livers are gathered from a certain small monster. I would assume that lives in the desert. So this is another new area that we can go visit. And then 10 Bullfango in the forest. So I'm going to check what the requirement is to upgrade the lance that we have. Wow, that's a lot. 1080. But we only need 1 more iron ore. And if we do... Oops, that's not right. If we do the mushroom picking quest, we don't get enough. But if we get extra mushrooms, the extra mushrooms will get sold and might make up the extra cost of making the lance. So I'm gonna go put away... Oh, you know what? I'll check armor as well. But the next quest I'm gonna do is to get iron ore for the lance. Armor craft. Let's see. Velociprey helm. So, yeah, our current armor, as you can see from the sidebar, we only have 6 defense. I guess one of the pieces gives us 2, or maybe the lance gives us 1 defense, but the Velociprey gives us a lot more. It just doesn't have any fire res, so it won't be useful for Yankuku. Oh, that's interesting. I have the cuckoo scales for the battle helm, but that one also has opens you up to fire resistance, and Vespoids, as you would expect, are very vulnerable to fire. The least I can do is try and get the Hunter's helm, maybe? The Hunter's armor, I should say, the full set. That takes a lot of iron ore. Alright. So, having vanquished the Velocidrome, we're gonna do a bunch of gathering quests. That's the nature of Monster Hunter. Got fangs and claws and hides and screamers and some extra whetstones that were the ones I brought in. But of course we're out of herbs and potions. So yeah, this is just going to be a big gathering quest where we gather a whole bunch of stuff. Herbs, blue mushrooms I should say. I'm going to try and get bugs this time because I remembered that there's a bitter bug is used in a bunch of different... I don't want to quit. Bitter bug is used in several different item combos, including antidotes. And we're going to need antidote potions later in the game. Because even Monster Hunter 3 kind of pampers you with... I quick 3-star again. Even Monster Hunter 3 pampers you with things like armor skills, where certain armor gives you points towards a skill, and if you wear like a full armor set, will usually give you set number of skills. And if you mix and match ones that have the same skill points, you can gain a skill like poison immunity, where you don't get poisoned by anything that normally would. Eat our rations this time, even though we're not fighting a monster. Also, yeah, it said mushroom picking. I don't know why it gave me 6 first aid meds. But I'm gonna run around with the bug net equipped because I want to find where these bugs are. I couldn't find any on the previous times I've done this quest. I love that. I think they've abandoned that practice of the... Oh wait, these are bugs. Right? Yes. Oh, wow. That wasn't so hard to find after all. Not a useful item. And the bug net. But I got my bitter bug. I don't want to use it. So... Unfortunately, they only give you 1 bug net for this quest. So really, I should have bought more with the money I have. Oh yeah, I forgot that these are here. Maybe that's a reason for the first aid med, I don't know. As long as I can get up here fast enough. One of them is probably gonna... Nope. We need it. So... Oh, that's something. I was looking ahead at the lance weapon tree to see what lances to build towards, what materials I might need and stuff. Because in the later games, I'm used to the weapon trees branching out so that the same base weapon can be improved into a number of different weapons that themselves improve further along. In this game, it's not really like that. There are the occasional branch, but most weapons level up pretty linear fashion. So I have an idea of which way to go. Some of the branches are meant to trick you. The next improvement for the Iron Lance is the Iron Lance Plus, and that one branches off to a weapon that's some kind of bone lance, and another like metal lance that looks worse than the Iron Lance Plus, because it is. But the bone lance that you upgrade to hits a dead end pretty quickly, and it's not especially strong. The Iron Lance that looks worse, or the upgrade that is worse, instead of taking the Bone Lance one, leads to the full branch that goes down to one of the heaviest hitting lances that you can get in solo. So, you know, they tempt you with this lance that looks really good, and then, I have to go the long way around to actually get over there. But, yeah, it's really nasty. They trick you with this very obvious looking improvement to your weapon that is actually, in the long run, not the best choice. That said, there probably is some use for that Bone Lance, but it's just an example. Now, let's see if the pickaxe lasts longer. Nope. I got the iron, though. Well. That's just a lesson for me to bring tools into these quests. While we're here, I can still gather... That is a long fall. I can still gather the other materials that I want. The herbs and the blue mushrooms. Incidentally, don't use herbs or blue mushrooms to cure your ailments. It probably won't work. Okay, if Area 3 has Velocidrome in it, then I'm going to slay them so that I can gather safely. Oh, good. Just some peaceful Aptonoth. This is the kind of quest that you get to know really well, to the point where from now on I would just give up on gathering in Area 2 at all and go straight to Area 3 to get herbs. Oh, I was sure there was another herb gathering point in this grass. I think gathering points are I think gathering points have specific places they can appear, but either they're semi-random every time you load a quest, or they're different from quest to quest. I wish I knew. In later games, you do get the option to do an expedition of sorts into an area without any real quest. You don't have any time limit, and it's really just for gathering items, because they realized people were just using whatever quest was most convenient to get all of their items, and effectively wasting your time by going back again and again after the time runs out, or after the materials run dry. But in those later games, you can go on your investigation for, I think, as long as you want, and unless I'm mistaken, the gathering points will naturally reappear. This place, I'm just getting husk berries, which are used for crafting bowgun ammunition. The bowgun being a weapon I'm not going to use, I should just give up if I see husk berries, because I think the first item that you get at some of these gathering points will give you an idea of what other items you'll get. Nitro shrooms are good, though. Nitro shrooms are used to make gunpowder, I believe. And then gunpowder you mix with a barrel to get a bomb barrel. Or barrel bomb. Did I get all of the... No, I only got one special mushroom. This place peaceful? Oh, thank goodness. The friendly moss swine. They will attack you if you hit them, but otherwise they are very friendly. Their moss swine are cool. And I mean, what a neat name, right? Oh, this is a bad camera angle. They're these big pigs that they've got green moss or algae or something growing all over their backs, so they call them moss swine. Is this a different gathering point? I don't think it is. Yeah, and like truffle sniffing pigs in real life, they give you that little hint about where to find stuff. I think so. There are different gathering, like weed or herb gathering points in this game. Oh, yeah, the antidote herbs are found some of these sometimes. I think these ones that kind of look like Venus flytrap plants will have like remedy herbs and stuff, and the ones that almost look like they're bearing some kind of a fruit, some kind of a like a peach or something. I think those ones, not that a bush bears peaches, but the other kind of herb-shaped plants seem to produce huskberries and other stuff that I don't use. I never tried using, because this game doesn't give you any such weapons to practice with, I never tried using the bow guns in this game. I don't know what they're like really. Maybe they're actually really cool to use, but based on using them in Monster Hunter 3, I would guess that they're really cumbersome in this game. Yeah, this plant, this one's yellow, unlike the green one that was doing the antidote herbs, so this might be just regular herbs, yeah. Okay. I'm learning. Because I played a lot of Monster Hunter World, and that game makes all of these systems much more accessible. Sometimes at the cost of a more in-depth system, but generally it just saves you time. Like, with these gathering points, there's something like, you'll randomly get like something between 1 and maybe 5 or 6 items that you can gather from it before it's depleted. But in World, just about every gathering point gives you 2 if it's a plant, or 1 if it's a bug. End of story. It's always the same, without fail. Of course, you can get armor skills that will give you some extras, but you'll always get the same number from every gathering point, no matter what. Oh, what does he want? Oh, for the insect husk. He gave me the last special mushroom. Not the last one. Oh, it is. Wow, thanks, friend. So this guy shows up in later games, too. He's, he doesn't tell me what item he wants. Oh, the Fellvine. Okay. So he just gives me special mushrooms in exchange for stuff. At least in this quest, it seems. But that character, I know he appears in Monster Hunter 3 at least, as, he's referred to as the Veggie Elder. And if you talk to him, he'll give you something really basic, a really simple item. But if you have something he wants, like I just demonstrated there, you can trade it for something a little better. There are even special, unique items, Veggie Elder tickets, that you can trade to him, and he'll give you like really valuable stuff. So I probably could scour the other areas and get some more items, but I want to get back and get some more bug nets and pickaxes so that I can get some, at least pickaxes, because I don't need any bugs yet. Because I want to get some of the iron that I need to make, but to make the armor set. The Hunter's armor is much better. This armor, which you can see the status already on my overlay, but this armor... Oh, here I am talking about armor skills. This game clearly has armor skills and there just aren't any on any of the equipment that I have. In later games, the leather armor is usually meant for going on gathering quests. It'll give you skills that are good for gathering. Oh, look at that. We got blue mushrooms, nitro. Stun shrooms are interesting. I believe you mix those with raw meat to make a paralyzing meat for monsters to eat. Something that might have been handy, and ooh, I almost have enough money. I almost have enough money to get the lance upgrade. I don't know what monsters are best fed with tainted meats of different kinds. Because there are some in later games that are very much the best thing you can do is to feed them bad meat. It feels very cruel, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm gonna make some of the potions I was talking about. But I never would have guessed that I would be into this kind of game. Because I don't really like hunting in real life. But that's part of the fantasy, isn't it? This is a game where, to quote, or paraphrase Moby Dick, the monster shall never vanish from this earth. They go on forever. You can slay... In fact, there's an online quest that requires you slay something like 50 Rathalos and 50 Rathians, 50 of each, in order to unlock this one quest. So what am I going to do first? Oh, I should have checked. I might have some pickaxes left, and I forgot to check them. But, yeah, here we go. And I'll bring the spare bug net too, because I didn't use it on the last few times I did this quest. But yeah, I would say an implicit part of this fantasy is that extinction doesn't really exist, or if it does, it's a purely natural phenomenon that humans don't have any power to influence in this world. One of the nice things about Monster Hunter is that there's very, very little lore in it, which doesn't sound like a nice thing, but hear me out. Without having a lot of lore about the politics or the history of the world at all, no talk about like kings and kingdoms really, you can imagine it to be a better place than it otherwise would be. We can kind of infer that this is a really peaceful society from the way that it's portrayed. Just about every settlement in these games across the series is very diverse. You have humans are pretty prominent, but you also have Wyverians, who they're basically elves. They're Monster Hunter's version of elves. You have felines who are in... Early on, they really... they seem to only... oh. Wow, I wasted a bug net. Early on, felines seem to only be in various servile positions, I guess. They do cooking, and one of them maintains your house as kind of a butler. But after not too long, they also appear as hunting companions who will fight alongside you. So it seems like, for the most part, all of the humanoid people in this world get along. I'd at least like to believe that. Even in one of the spin-off games, Monster Hunter Stories, there's really no animosity between different groups of people. The most that you get in that game is that there are people who... They basically treat monsters like Pokemon, where they will hatch a monster egg, and that monster becomes their friend, their bestie, as one of the characters comes up with this portmanteau, your bestie monster, who's your monstie. So there's this group that has monsties, and they kind of come to think of it, they don't really condemn the hunters for slaying monsters, because you do that too. You absolutely hunt and slay monsters while commanding another monster like a Pokemon trainer. But even in that game, the most tension that you get is the hunters, or the writers, the ones who train monsters, are really secretive, and when you start going around the world and talking to hunters, they just kind of don't believe you at first. And then you prove to them that actually you have tame monsters and there's no real conflict. It's a very, despite, you know, the gore and the violence as warned on the title screen, this series is pretty friendly, pretty soft and cushy in terms of theming. Maybe that's sort of a Japanese game development trait. Because the hunts aren't framed like big game hunting or anything. They aren't analogous at all to real world hunting. If anything, they're more like a contest between powerful foes that are of equal stature of some kind. Oh, that sound. So that kind of wooden xylophone, I guess, kind of sound, or marimba maybe, sound, tells you that the gathering point is run out. Because it's important to listen for that, because, like I did with the bug nets a few minutes ago, you can continue to gather from a spot that is depleted, and you will potentially waste your gathering tool, which I did. So that's probably more huskberries, that little plant that I passed next to the tree. So, yeah, this the rest of the stream might be a little repetitive. I'll try and do a new quest before the stream is over, because it's such a long one tonight. But I am gonna try and get before I do another monster hunt, I'm gonna get better armor. After this quest, I can definitely get the first lance upgrade, but I don't know about anything else. I should have checked what the forge options are for forging new weapons, because it's possible that the Velocidrome weapons gave me, or the Velocidrome parts, the Velocidrome parts gave me, I wasn't paying attention, I just think the gathering needleberries. Oh, but also herbs. Okay, and they're all gone. So maybe I'm wrong about these different, you see, there was that herb I was gathering, and then this one that looks like it's got like figs or something on it. So maybe these points, what they have is just kind of random and you need to gather from them anyway. But it's possible that I have some or most of the parts that I would need to make a brand new lance that has its own tech tree, its own, yeah, its own weapon tree, I should say. I'm actually going to check Area 4 in case it's peaceful enough to do some gathering. Probably not, but I'm going to check anyway. Okay, I don't hear any monsters, so just Vespoids. The Vestpoint armor might be useful because it has dragon resistance on it. The only trouble is I don't know what monsters do dragon damage in this game. And the lance should be useful for fighting Vestpoints because you can aim up with it. But of course Vestpoints like to fly pretty high, and then they'll come down like that. Oh well. Generally the best way to kill a Vespoid without destroying its body is to poison it somehow. I don't have any poison weapons, but it's possible that you can make poison bombs in this game. You throw them down and a poisonous gas spreads around, which doesn't hurt you for some reason, but will poison any monsters that get in it. So it looks like there was that one herb gathering spot and nothing here. That's okay. Unless this is something? No. And then Area 5, I'm not going to bother with. That's the... I can get bones there because it's the monster nest of this area. But it'll have Velociprey in it, which I'm not really eager to fight, and I don't really need monster bones just yet. I'm not going to just gather... I'm not going to, you know, strip mine this whole area of every item that I can. Just really going after stuff that I know will be useful in the short term. Or that I need for the quest, like special mushrooms. At this point, I'm a little more concerned with getting herbs, because I think I used all of them to make potions just now. And it's good to have... It's good to have some backup herbs. Backup potions, I should say. Because after the hunt... After a hunt like we just had, I used 8 potions, and... No, I used 10 potions and a mega potion. And I still carded. Sleep herbs... I'm not sure what sleep herbs are for. They might be used in tranquilizers, which is part of capturing a monster instead of slaying it. It would be neat if you can capture monsters in this game instead of slaying them for the hunt quests, but my guess is that you can only capture them in the quest that says you're supposed to capture it. In later Monster Hunter games, which is a really nice touch, I'm gonna say, any quest that requires you to hunt, quote-unquote, hunt the monster, is satisfied if you capture it or slay it, whichever you choose. And sometimes capturing can be faster. The trade-off is that for a shorter quest, you have to expend resources and work harder. Yeah. But it's neat. I like the idea that you could do a full capture run of most Monster Hunter games. It would be wrong to call it pacifist, because you do still have to attack and injure the monster. But, you know, maybe you could call it a... You could call it like a Pokemon run. You gotta catch them all. This is neat. I might get all the special... Oh, I got even extra special mushrooms today. That's good. That'll help pay for all of the armor and weapon upgrades I'm trying to do. I assume that there aren't armor upgrades in this game. In later games you can improve the defense on your armor with certain materials and money. But it seems like you don't have that option here. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. I just wanted to visit the felines. I don't think there's a gathering point here. Aren't they cute? Hello. Look at them. What are you looking for? Oh, they do have spiderweb. I did confirm that spiderwebs are a crucial part of making pitfall traps, which are how you capture monsters. But you need spiderweb and ivy, I think. And that only makes a net. Then you need all the bug catching points. If only I had more bug nets. Oh well. What was I talking about? I interrupt myself so often in these Let's Play streams. I need to be a little better about that. So I did just notice that you see on the map there are these sort of dotted line areas that connect areas together. There's one here, but it doesn't seem to lead anywhere. Let's go exploring. What's up here? Is there anything up here? No? Nothing? Okay. Maybe there's some special condition I need to meet to do something up there. Something that will allow me to access Area 13. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna go to Area 7 again and get some good stuff from the Veggie Elder. Maybe the game calls him that somewhere in the manual or something. I'm gonna call him that because that's his name, that's his title in the later games. So, there's something special about the lance in this game. Some other items can do this as well, but the lance is the easiest weapon to perform an exploit called headlocking. And headlocking is when you attack the monster's head quickly enough that it staggers. And it staggers long enough for you to restart your combo, hitting into the head to trigger another stagger. It's a kind of stun lock, where you effectively have the monster in an endless cycle of staggering while you just dish out as much damage as you can before you lose all of your weapon's sharpness. It's tricky to pull off. I was looking at a guide to see if I could figure out how to do it. Oh. So I might be able to gather more herbs here, but I don't have any blue herbs. So I can't gather any more herbs from this spot because I'm at the maximum, and I don't have any blue mushrooms to free space in my inventory by combining them to make potions, so I have to give up and just not gather anymore. Yeah, I wish this game would tell you what item he wants. I'll just give him the insect husk. Okay, a special mushroom is nice. It's basic. He's just giving me money at this point. But headlocking, I might try it at least once in this playthrough. Oh, I was hoping I could go in there. It looks like you're meant to crouch. Go in there. But on second thought, it looks like there's a dead end. Is there? Well, it looks like there's space back there. It's very dark, and I don't think you can see it even in the full resolution that I have. You certainly can't see it on the stream. Well, well, what? Oh, there's a thought. I'm gonna turn the Wi-Fi on my phone off, just to see if that improves my connection. Just free up a little bandwidth. Oops. Oh, already I forgot that the right analog stick does not control the camera. I'm going to stick with this control scheme, as frustrating as it is, because I'm in it for the experience. It isn't the best Monster Hunter experience, it's the most real one. It's an historic experience of Monster Hunter. That's probably not a good accent. Do we need to hear a, is it David Attenborough, the documentary guy, not the actor? Uh-oh. My laptop battery is a little low, so I'm going to have to get my charger. Okay. I'm gonna go AFK after saving from this quest, because I'm monitoring the stream on a separate computer, which is running out of battery. There's my blue mushrooms. Oh wow, really? I got much luckier last time. I got something like a dozen different mushrooms. This time I only got a few. Maybe it's because my inventory is so full this time. Yes, I want to save. Okay. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Hopefully the stream is correct. I'm broadcasting in full screen and yeah, it looks good. It'll go black if I leave the window. Yeah, I hope there hasn't been a loud buzzing for the last however many minutes, because I just heard it when I took off my headphones and my laptop that monitors the stream got very noisy. But I've adjusted it, and oops, I've adjusted it, and it should be quiet now. Yeah, I've only got 2 blue mushrooms. That's weird. I'll gather more and more herbs, I guess. But for now, we can upgrade our lance, and it won't look any different. It won't look any different yet, but it will eventually. One of the neat things about Monster Hunter is discovering how... Oh, I need to bring the iron ore, I forgot. Right? How will he actually improve it for me here? Nope. Again, later entries improve on the series in very simple quality of life ways. So we want one of these like rocky looking things, which is this one. Disc stone. What is... I don't know what the disc stone is. I'm gonna see if it sells for a lot of money. I just hope it isn't used to craft something. Let's see. 68. I mean... The iron ore, it tells you that it's used for a lot of things. Disc stone? Nah. So I'm gonna sell it. Doesn't sell for a lot, so maybe I shouldn't have. What do you say? Oh. So dual swords, later renamed to dual blades along the series. That was an addition for Monster Hunter, the North American release. And I think there was another Japanese release, like an updated version of Monster Hunter 1 that also included it. There we go. See, our lance looks the same, but it is stronger now. And to reflect that, I'm going to have to change my overlay. So let's open the status screen. Our lance has 161. So the screen's going to go black for a second, probably. We got 161. And the weapon is now the Iron Lance Plus. Oh, I see. The stream is still looks okay. Although the audio might hiccup for a second, like I just did trying to talk. Yeah, you can't upgrade your armor. It just goes straight to which parts you want to make. Now that's interesting. There are Velocidrome parts, but there aren't Velocidrome ones. The bone armor and the battle armor, cuckoo armor. Yeah, the Velocidrome parts aren't used for any of those, so I guess Velocidrome is used for something else. We need mystery bones. Mystery bones. What could they be? You'll notice the sharpness on the bone club is all red. I don't know. No, sharpness is meant to work for hammers too. It doesn't make much sense, but you need to sharpen your blunt weapons as well. No new lances to make. So I'm not sure what the Velocidrome materials are used for. But if we look at the Iron Lance Plus now, you'll see we have the Bone Javelin, which is an improvement in many ways, and the Night Lance, which looks pretty bad except for its attack. Its sharpness is pretty bad, I should say. The thing is, the Night Lance builds down the rest of the lance tree the rest of the Iron Lance tree to a really good lance, and the Bone Javelin terminates pretty quickly. I think after the Bone Javelin, there are only 2 other upgrades that it gets, 2 further improvements. And after that it's done, but the Night Lance has something like 5 more upgrades. I want to say 5. Oh, there's also this in the village. I was exploring the village and I remembered that there's this area that has a very conspicuous sword in the stone. I don't know when you're able to take it out, and I don't know what it's used for, but I would guess it's a sword and shield. Like a unique sword and shield weapon. But yeah, there's nothing else back here. Just behind your house, there's a sword in the stone. And these people, I think... oh, cactus flower. So now that I've completed the Velocidrome quest and I'm into 3 stars, everybody in the town is giving me new advice. And this is important. I didn't realize. I love that. Like, I didn't know that until just now. But the damage caused by hot environments is even in this game. And presumably there's a cold environment, but I don't know if there's a hot drink. But you see, there's cold drink, which you can make yourself with the right materials. But you drink it, and for a while you will not take environmental heat damage. Yeah, I don't know where the hot drink is used, but Psycho Serum, that's an old item. Doesn't really give you a good idea of what it's meant to do, but it effectively, it just shows you on the map. Your map display will have all the monsters on it as if they were paintballed. Farcaster is neat. You just throw down a puff of smoke and appear at camp. Yambug is used for, I want to say it's used for fishing bait. And then we have the Book of Combos, which are expensive. And in this day and age, I don't know. If I had more followers, I would put up a poll to see whether I should get the Book of Combos or just use a wiki. But this is interesting. This guy, he's a wandering merchant, but he's always in town, really. He just kind of walks through the town and you have to catch him. But he'll give you little info on all of the monsters in the game. I don't know that they're all that useful, so I'm not going to get them. Plus, I know most of these monsters, at least by from appearances in other games. As far as I know, most of these monsters in this game don't turn up in later games very much, if at all. Like Velocidrome, I don't think it turns up in later games, really. Okay, we've got to set our priorities. So, I got my lance upgrade. We should see what it takes to get the Night Lance. Earth Crystal is gonna... I'm gonna say that Earth Crystal is an item you get from the desert. So we probably can't do that yet. And I want the Hunter's Helm. So for that I need iron and Bullfango parts. Are they the same for each body part? Yeah. It looks like you need 2 Bullfango each. Or no, 1 Bullfango each. I'm reading the wrong part. There are 5 parts. So we're gonna need 5 Bullfango pelt. I'm pretty close. We have enough Kelby hide. And we'll need 15 iron ore, which is a lot. But that special mushroom quest is perfect because there are Bullfango in it. So I can go into this quest and on top of doing what I was doing last time, I can slay some Bullfango. I wonder if the lance will be better for this because of its shield. I don't know if the lance shield is any better than the sword and shield. In later games, they make it that way. But I think it's only... Oh, and this is something. You'll notice on the sharpness icon, that little dagger below my stamina bar is glowing now. That's because we have green sharpness, which in this game is the highest level of sharpness. It's not a lot of sharpness. I think you can actually, if I look at quick details, you can see the green bar on sharpness is really thin. It's probably hard to see, especially if you have any kind of color vision, if your color vision isn't perfect. But yeah, later games add more sharpness levels that have that they're useful for stronger monsters, of course, and they also have other ancillary effects. Oh right, I should. When I say, I think the only other effect that sharpness will have in later games is to multiply the amount of damage that you deal on every hit. But yeah, really good weapons down the line will have much more green sharpness, and that all the black space on the sharpness meter will be filled up for those weapons stats. Now, let's see if I can avoid getting hit by jumping for lost prey. Nice. Nice. There's one little surprise. Something I was surprised to see on the Lance tree that I'm absolutely going to make, but I do want to keep it a surprise. So I'm not going to say anything else except that it is something I did not expect to see, and it is potentially very cool. I'm cautiously optimistic about it. So if it weren't for all these gathering quests, redoing the gathering quests to get better equipment, this game wouldn't be very long. And I think even with all of these gathering quests that I'm going to be doing and redoing, it's still a pretty short game. That's because the online component was the more important part. I think they expected, the developers expected players to complete... okay. They expected players to complete the solo portion of the game on their own and then move on to online. Or if they didn't expect that, then they should have, because once you get to online, people won't want you in their quests if they've been playing for a while, because your gear won't be good enough to do the quests. And a lot of people don't want to help out somebody who's new. At least that's the vibe I get from a lot of these online kind of communities. It's possible that Monster Hunter was a lot more welcoming, I don't really know. Because this game came out in 2004, and even if I had a PS2 in 2004, I wouldn't have had the ability to play online. Probably had to pay for some service, come to think of it. Oh man. Wasted my time striking with the pickaxe again. We got something though. Stone is used for... I want to say stone is used for making more pickaxes, and maybe for certain crafting, for certain weapon upgrades. But I got 3 iron ore, that's not bad. That will make 1 piece of the 5-piece iron, 5-piece armor set. Yeah, these Velocidrome are a lot less intimidating when you're just running past them, as opposed to getting swarmed by 3 or more at a time. Here we go. I don't know what it is with the developers of Monster Hunter, but they seem to like hiding gathering spots right next to the loading zones. So you'll run in and scour the area, and then you'll turn around, realize that you missed the gathering point, that you ran past it at the beginning, and feel like a real fool. That said, you are likely to enter this area. Well, you can enter this area from 4 different locations, this one in particular. And just about every area has more than one entrance and exit. So, on the one hand, you do want to design the levels so that your gathering points are spaced a reasonable amount of distance apart. But I don't know, like, you're only going to see that plant gathering point around the other side of that tree coming from the other direction, or if you stop and look for it. So, it's not a great design decision, and in later games it doesn't seem like they learned from it. You know, it is nice to have the much faster gathering animations in Monster Hunter World. You don't even have to stop. You can just hold down the gathering button while you run past, and your hunter will snatch it on the move. Whatever it is. Herbs, honey, various kinds of bugs. The only exception are bone and ore gathering points, mining points. You still have to kind of crouch down and gather the bones from the pile and swing your pickaxe to get mineral ores and metals. So this is, I guess this is a little bit of game design thing. I think, based on the parallax, yeah, we're getting some parallax with these. I think a lot of this background scenery is modeled. It's low quality because it's far away, relatively far away, but it looks like it is modeled, and then maybe the... it's hard to tell. Even that farthest back layer of mountains and hills, that like butte back there, through the pass between these two big things, that might be a model, or it might be part of the skybox. It's hard to tell. But in spite of their questionable level design choices, the art direction and the level of detail that went into making these regions is really good. I'm trying to think what else came out in 2004. Oh, I'm not even paying attention. I'm in my own little world. I don't know. You can think of other PlayStation 2 titles as well, and kind of compare their graphical fidelity, their art style. This one was an early entry on the PS2, so I think you have to cut them a little slack. But it looks good, and, you know, maybe the soundtrack is more hits than misses. I love this ambient sound for this area. Even though, yeah, with the... You've got these sort of god rays coming through, too. They're not god rays in the modern sense where they react to objects getting in the way and making shadows, but, you know, it's a neat little effect that You have these streams of sunlight coming in from through the canopy of the forest. You know, you don't need to put a lot of time and effort and detail into something if you can just make some clever choices. If you can get the atmosphere and the feel of it right. Because there is a strange kind of clash, I think, in this game and the series in general between realism and formalism, where... Oh, I've got maximum special mushrooms? Weird. Formalism being... you could also call it surrealism, but formalism is more specifically keeping to the form of whatever medium you're working in and praising that over any attempt to recreate reality. So in a movie, formalism is stuff like weird visual tricks and... Boy, I wish I could think of a good film example. I don't know. I've heard of the German surrealist school of filmmaking is like that, but I don't know that I've seen any movies like that. The only thing I can think of that has formalist elements in it from that era of filmmaking is probably Nosferatu, which is a movie that I think most people haven't seen. It's so old, and it's... I don't know how easy it is to find. But... in this game, anyway... I'm getting really off topic, aren't I? This game... the world looks pretty... realistic, doesn't it? Even this pig, this moss swine, it looks to be designed in a way that a real animal would look. And it moves like a real animal. It makes pig sounds. The world, you know, the color tones and, you know, the texture of the ground and, like, these little, like, I don't know what that's supposed to be, like fallen branches with shadowy holes in them or something. All of this stuff is designed to look real. But then you have this giant lance that I'm carrying around on my back. Oh, that's right. The Bullfangos do like a quick charge sometimes. So what I need to do is get away so that I can make only one of them target me at a time. So you could argue that there is a clash between realism and some level of formalism, but what am I even trying to say? I guess in a way, what I'm trying to say is that it does limit the art direction for the game, where the world does need to look plausible. You know, like this with these kind of muted forest colors instead of... You can't have like bright, kind of cartoony greens and different shades and stuff. And I mean, that's not a bad thing, I guess. Limitations... Putting limitations on yourself when you're making any kind of an art piece is a good way to define... It can make you more creative. I know that the composer Igor Stravinsky talked at length about how structure in what you're doing and limitations, even self-imposed ones, are incredibly valuable because they force you to work within certain constraints and come up with solutions to problems that you otherwise wouldn't, which can create some good results. Okay. Oh, I didn't want to give you the iron ore for a monster bone? Okay. Okay, the Veggie Elder is much better in the later games when he first asks you for a specific item, and if you agree, then you give it to him. But I just lost one of my 3 iron ore for a monster bone that I don't know what I would use it for. So that's great. I'm going to blow off some steam on these bullfingers, I think. Oh, okay. I thought I could get him again. I thought I could stagger him before he had the chance to. Okay, let's see. Alright, that's not bad. That's like it's like 25 stamina. Because your base level of health and stamina is 100, and you can go up to a maximum of 150 in this game. Alright. You can go up to a maximum of 150 health and 150 stamina. Oh, what? Oh, oh, I can get rid of the huskberry. That's what I can do. But I also want the bullfango. Oh, smaller epic. Wait, really? Oh. You can throw rocks? That's weird. I don't know that there's any use for that. What should I keep? Just about everything in here is useful. I'm actually... So this is interesting. I'm going to get rid of the map. So one of the things that I wish was different in Monster Hunter World... We're going to do sequel talk now. Oh, I have too many herbs. One of the things that I wish was different is that well, I can't fight both of you, can I? Is that you can always see the entire map and every monster that is active on it, as long as you've gathered one of their tracks, which sounds like a good design decision. It's good theming that part of your hunting skill is that you're able to track the monsters. But it takes away from some of the other stuff that makes Monster Hunter really nice. And that also adds to the theming. Because paintballs, which I've talked about a few times already, are how you track monsters before Monster Hunter World came along. And in World, paintballs are gone. You don't use them. Once you have found where a monster is, you can always see where it is on the map. Oh, I almost messed that one up. You can always see the monster, and more than that, you have your scout flies, who are kind of Dead Space style pathfinding critters that will just point you directly to where you need to go to get to the monster. Go through this path and follow this direction. So in that game, you follow the glowing firefly-like pathfinding bugs. Just about everywhere that you go. When you aren't fighting a monster, you're following the green glowing things. And what I found is that I never learned the layout of a lot of areas in the Monster Hunter World game. The Monster Hunter World. But in these old games, you have to know the areas, or you naturally learn which areas have which gathering points, which areas the monsters like to go to, because you have to find them when the quest starts. There's no conspicuous monster tracks that lead you to the Rathalos or what have you. So you kind of learn where the monsters like to start out, and you learn where they like to go when you have when you've injured them enough, where they nest sometimes. And so in Monster Hunter 3, a game that I'm eager to get to playing after this one is done, I got a really good layout, like mental layout, for I think every area in that game. And I stopped using paintballs at some point because I just knew I didn't want to do that. I stopped using paintballs at some point because I knew where the monsters were going to go next. Or if I didn't know exactly where they were going to go, I can make a really good guess. And that felt cool. That felt like growth. And you might think, well, that doesn't sound like much. You know, whenever you play any video game, you kind of learn the lay of the land, and you grow. You naturally grow to know it in certain ways. Sometimes you don't need to know the lay of the land in a video game, depending on what kind of game it is. But for this game, it's technically an RPG, but you don't really level up. The closest thing to leveling up are your equipment, which is really just buying new armor and weapons like you would do in any RPG. But the main leveling up you do in Monster Hunter games is your skill at hunting monsters and your familiarity with the world and how that works. It's something that, it's a strength of the series, I think, and in a few ways Monster Hunter World has lost a few aspects of that. That said, I love Monster Hunter World at least as much as the other games in the series, and I am eager to play that on stream, but not before I've played through some of the previous entries. You've gotta let the music play. I don't like to leave dead air too much, but you gotta let the music play out. Oh well, I got one bug and the bug net is gone. So, to you joining us just now, I've already fought the Velocidrome, I'm afraid, but I'm currently fighting Bullfangos to get some materials for better armor, because I did not do very well in that quest and that hunt. And, yeah, you can hear the Velociprey jumping around and hitting each other by accident as I just barely get away. Where's the spot? Yeah, here it is. Like, this is something that you don't get in later games. This gathering point has no visual indication. You have to look for, well, you can't see them on screen, but you have to follow around the moss swine and look at where they stop and sniff around. And I think that's a neat little thing. There are two in this area. But you'll see, they wander over to this bush, they'll stop and they'll sniff around because they know something interesting is over here. And they'll very rudely nudge each other out of the way. But, you know, there's still like a, you know, gather unique mushrooms quest in Monster Hunter World, but they're these very big obvious mushrooms that you can just see about anywhere. You see them even when you're not on that quest. And you never pick them up because they're not very useful otherwise. So I'm going to see if I can get any more iron ore from this one gathering point. I'm pretty sure there aren't any other gathering points in the forest, except this one that's way over there. And it takes a little while to get to. It might be faster if I went through Area 5 to get there, but I'm pretty sure there are Velocidrome waiting in Area 5. The only other thing in that area is a bone pile that I don't know what the bones are used for yet. No, that's not true. There's certain armor you can make out of the bones and weapons, but I'm not making any of them yet. Come to think of it, I forgot. I forgot to look up the bone lance tree and see if it's worth it to make a bone lance. I think it is. One of the weird things about this game is that you do get weapons with elements on them. Long drop, but with the weird camera. You do get weapons with element damage on them, but the game doesn't tell you how much element damage. There's an infamous sword and shield that does dragon damage, but otherwise it's not very remarkable. And it upgrades into a sword that just looks better in every way except that it doesn't do dragon element. And veterans of this game will tell you, as I've heard on like old videos about this game, they'll tell you that that dragon sword is really good because the dragon damage is very high and you should keep it, or at least keep a duplicate while you upgrade a second one. Yeah. I don't know. I'm probably not gonna build into the sword and shield tree. If I need to make a different weapon other than lance, which I might need to, I'm gonna go with great sword because that's, in the later games at least, that's my weapon of choice. You may be wondering, if greatsword is my preferred weapon, why am I not using it? And that's because for this series, and for all the Monster Hunter that I want to stream, I want to try new weapons that I haven't done before, or at least... At this point I'm thinking that if I go through the rest of the series... I shouldn't say that, because I don't think I'm going to go through the whole series. But as I go to other Monster Hunter games... I think I want to stick with Lance, just as a principle of continuing the story of Elizabeth. As if this is the same hunter returning to all these different locations, discovering strange new monsters and strange new lances to kill them with. Coming up on... Well, we have reached the 2-hour mark. So I think after this quest... I should have done it before this quest. And after this quest, I'm going to take a break to stretch. Because you don't want to be sitting in one place for too long. I should have taken a break after the first hour, but... you know... this kind of game gets me really focused. Probably to my detriment. Yeah. This isn't the most exciting gameplay, I know. But that's why I'm live streaming it. And I'm gonna clip it later. We're gonna get our highlight reel of probably the 10 good minutes of me getting beaten up by Velocidrome. Yeah. I didn't do anything special today, even though it's a quasi-holiday. Just kind of got real lazy. Went out for a bike ride, which was really nice. That's right. I should check on my items so that I don't fill up my inventory too much. And can still get Wolfango pelts. So one thing that hasn't changed, even as late as Monster Hunter World, is that you will do the same quest many, many times to get the items that you want. Especially hunting quests, where a monster has a very, very low chance to drop a very particular rare item you need. I was playing Master Rank Iceborne, Monster Hunter World Iceborne, just slaying the same monster at least a dozen times, and I just could not get the gem it was supposed to drop. Doing all the things that you're supposed to do. You know, I broke every major part on it. I cut its tail off. Still nothing. Like, every time I was doing that. And, you know, this game is no different. I don't... No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure in this game you can cut off monster tails. Certain large monsters, you can cut the end of their tail off, and that you can carve for certain rare materials. It's not as gruesome as it sounds. Strangely enough, it's another soft edge that this game seems to have, this series. But it really, it's difficult to do, because most monsters that can't have their tails cut will keep their tail up pretty high. And I can probably reach them with the lance, but the real problem is that I learned not too long ago that lances in this series used to do piercing damage. And at some point, piercing damage was just removed entirely, and they started doing cutting damage instead. The problem being that piercing damage probably will not cut a monster tail. And unless I'm sorely mistaken, we're going to need those monster tail materials for certain weapons and armor. So it's possible I might be able to cut tails with a lance, I don't know. I don't know that it can't be done. But it's likely that I will have to make another item, another weapon like the Greatsword, in order to actually progress through the rest of this game solo. Again, I'm going to cross that bridge when I come to it. I'm going to keep using Lance. The Velocidrome is a monster whose tail you can't cut, as far as I know. So there's not really any consideration to be had there. Wolfangos did not get any easier to deal with in later games, I would say. Maybe in World. I don't want to talk about Monster Hunter World too much, because it's better to talk about it while I'm playing that game, if I ever manage to play it. I'm gonna try and get these Bullfangos. See if I can. See if I can get as many pelts out of them as I can. Okay, the other one might be stuck where it can't be reached. Oops. Okay. So one strange thing. I was looking into the sequels, the immediate sequels that I might, because I was considering playing, you know, Monster Hunter 2 or something after this one. And some of those games do some things that I did not expect. One thing, Monster Hunter 2 was only released in Japan on the PS2. There we go. It was released only in Japan on the PS2 because I think they realized that Monster Hunter wasn't very popular outside of the US. But then something must have happened because they started releasing US versions of the later games. So in Monster Hunter 2, they still had right analog stick weapon usage. But Monster Hunter Freedom, which was a sort of a PSP version of this game, like a PSP port with some changes to it, didn't use right analog stick aiming because, of course, the PSP didn't have a right analog stick to aim with. Instead, they actually came up with the better, you know, button mapping that later games would use. And that wouldn't be so strange, except that Monster Hunter Freedom came out, I think a year before Monster Hunter 2. So Monster Hunter 2 comes around with this old, kind of janky weapon command binding, you know, controller configuration that has already been demonstrated to not be necessary and not even be especially good. Oh, I guess these are only special mushrooms. Because really, you use the right analog stick to attack, but there's no benefit from doing that. All it does is kind of free up more face buttons to do different functions. But that isn't even required, really. As demonstrated by, I think, Monster Hunter 3... Well, no, that's not quite true. Maybe Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, which came out on the Wii U, was the first game in the Monster Hunter series where the base game was built for a system with 2 analog sticks, but they used face buttons to attack and the analog stick to move the camera. So it's a weird thing, because if you were using the right analog stick to use your weapon, you would want the degrees of motion that an analog stick gives you to do something. So, in this game, you just tap up and it'll, you know, thrust the lance. Or you tilt down and it'll poke up with the lance. Left and right don't do anything different, they just do this forward. But, for one thing, it takes a little bit of time to cross that distance from the neutral analog position to up the full range of motion to get there. It takes longer than pressing a button, so it's not a good idea already. And the main feature of an analog stick is that it has that range of motion, and this game is just not using it at all. Compare that with, I don't know, I was gonna say compare that with Ape Escape, but I never played Ape Escape, so I can't really compare it. I don't know it enough to describe how it's different. But I don't know, you could look at Metal Gear Rising, in which you use the right analog stick to do this sort of angled slice in, you know, a special attacking mode, where you can, like, cut up anything. And you actually use it to aim in the full 360 degrees of motion that an analog stick gives you. I don't know, it's strange. I'm surprised. I'd assumed that Monster Hunter 2 abandoned the right analog attacking controls, but clearly they didn't. So for now, I'm going to take a quick break, much overdue break, to stretch, and I'll be back in, I'm going to say 5 minutes, starting now. Alright, welcome back everybody. I got a little water to clear out my throat too. I'd like to do something a little more exciting to continue the stream. Something to end on. But I don't have... There's no way I'm gonna fight a Yankuku and escape. Or if I do, it might take the full 50 minutes. There are more mushrooms to be gotten in the jungle. I need to kill creatures in the desert zone for their materials. I'm just going to check how I'm progressing towards the hunter's armor. I have all the bullfango pelts I need, which is good. I need 9 more iron ore, though. Okay, what I'm going to do, because I have my iron pickaxe, I'm going to do this 3-star jungle... Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. This jungle mushroom hunt, because it's a new area. It's also a special mushroom hunt, which means that we can explore around and see what else we can gather. Hopefully they give us some more bug net. At least one bug net and one pickaxe in the item box. We'll see. Ooh, look at this. We're in, like, the Andes, or something. This really gives me, like, kind of Machu Picchu vibes. No more gathering tools. So, we're on our own for that, but look at that, a new map. Yeah. At least we got the usual things, some rations. Far more medicine than we need. Alright, let's just go to area number 1. See what's there. Whoa. So this is something I love about this game. Look how spooky it is, and with the draw distance being pretty short, there's all this fog. This might be the area from the E3 demo, or based on it. Uh-oh. Already we have Velocidrome coming out of the fog to attack us. There are gathering points in here, but there's no way I'm going to get them with all of these around. One of the features, I guess you could say, of higher star ranks is that... maybe I'm wrong. Later games introduce this high and low rank, where the star rank still increases from... so that, like, high rank actually starts at 6-star, or something like that. Where low rank starts at 1. But high rank monsters are much tougher, even though small monsters. Oh, so this is a gathering point, is it? I don't know how the star rank affect things in this game, though. They might be the same across everything. It's possible that the Velocidrome in 3-star quests are only as strong as 2-star Velocidrome, but it's equally likely that they're stronger. This game doesn't really have any way to measure how much damage you're doing, so there's no real way to know. Now, back in the forest, the map had some areas colored differently to... And they didn't really indicate much. Uh-oh. Melinxes. So these are the tuxedo cat patterned felines who will attack you, and if they hit you, they will take your items. Every time a Melinx hits you, it'll take one random item from your inventory, which could be anything as insignificant as a stone to a ration. They could take, like, the most rare material that you just carved off of a monster. It's pretty cool. And you can get it back if you slay the Melinx who stole from you. Oh, that looks like a new gathering point right here on the ground. This thing. But I'm not going to risk it with so many Velocidrome around. Yeah, Melinxes are... Oh, this is a nice area. Melinxes are pretty awful. What are these? What are these little guys? Are they just big lobsters? Oh. Can I, like, gather you? No. Do they run away? I thought for a second they were conchu, but I don't think they are. Conchu are quite nasty. Is this not a gathering item? Can I not collect you? Weird. I can collect this though. Well, I guess I can't. What are these? Oh, are these some kind of environmental thing? If I, like, attack them? If I hit them, do they do something? No. I guess they just make noise. What was I even talking about? Oh, the Melinx are... Yeah, the Melinx are quite annoying. And you'll get your item back if you slay the Melinx that stole it from you, or you have to go to their hideout, wherever that might be, and you may be able to get your item back from their pile of stuff. For some reason, they don't attack you when you're in their hideout. I don't know why. But they don't. Maybe it's because they have the Siamese cat patterned calico felines around as well, and those ones keep them in check. So, all this water here is reminding me of Monster Hunter 3. You can't swim in this game, but swimming is a major part of 3. And some people hate it. Okay. I thought maybe you could slay these lobsters and get their materials, but I don't think so. Moving on. I guess the light green in this area indicates places that have water in them. Oh, this is a cold area. Okay. The moss swine is a different color. I don't know if that's a glitch. So cold areas will make your stamina deteriorate faster, which is pretty bad. I don't have any hot drinks to protect me against that, so I'm going to abandon that line of exploration for now. I'm curious what's down there, but I'll have to come back another time. Or I'll just redo the quest if it's still on the list. Yeah, so I was wondering what the hot drinks are for, and I learned it just now. Ouch. Velocidrome got me through the cliff edge. Now, Vespoids will still hit me if I'm... Oh. I was sure the Vespoid would get me while I was climbing. I guess not. So, this light brown area, I guess, indicates a monster den of some kind. Or nest. You can see bones strewn around the place, and if I weren't being assaulted by Velocidrome, I could gather some. I'm gonna see if I can climb up this thing, though, because it looks important. No, it's not. It's just generic-looking ruins, I guess. How many are there? There are 5 here. How many items do I have? I don't have a lot of items. So, they gave me all these first aid meds. Maybe I'll fight them anyway. Yeah, they die pretty quickly with this new lance. Though I think their health is the same as before. Okay, that was close. One thing about this game is that you really have to preempt certain moves, like you want to hold down the guard button while you're still doing your attack animation, so that you start blocking as soon as possible. The shield comes up as soon as possible. Yeah, unfortunately, I have the same defense as before. Yeah. Oh, that's something. So, Dawn Bombs might have been useful for the Velocidrome fight to scare away the excessive Velocidrome. Oh, I waited too long to carve. Monster corpses will fade away after a short amount of time, so you need to move quickly if you want to actually carve anything. I am absolutely going to prepare for my next large monster hunt, though. I'm not going to go in with whatever materials, whatever equipment I already have. Sorry, equipment, yes, but items I'm going to, you know, I'm going to treat it like a classic, like an experience in any other game in the series that I've played, where I make sure to have I'm full up on regular potions, mega potions, maybe some extra herbs, as well as nutrients to boost my health. Is this a bone pile? So, I actually don't know what the bone piles look like, but I thought as long as I'm here, that I may as well gather some. But none of these things seem to be bone piles. What's up? What's going on? Thought that, like, this would be bone pile, or maybe this? Looks like there are bones on the ground. I guess I got some Velocidrome parts out of that. And the satisfaction of slaying my enemy, the Velocidrome. Oh, this area is cold too, wow. Wonder if this is a mining spot. It is. I can roll around. I don't want to stay in here too long, because my stamina will get really low, and then it'll just be annoying to get back to the start. It won't be dangerous because there's nothing around fighting me anymore, but... Did I even get... Oh, I got... yeah. I was thinking if I even got the mushrooms that I need to complete this quest, but I did. I mentioned the Monster Hunter lore earlier, way earlier, and then I kind of dropped it. There is a little bit of lore about the ancient civilization. Not much, but there's sort of inferred stuff. And some very brief mentions of certain, like, specific things. You can see all these ruins around the place. Like here in the jungle, there are some ruins. And I think it's largely fan theory, is that all of these, you notice that human society lives in pretty modest villages, and we hunt to survive. But we have these pretty wild weapons. The lance might not be the best example, but I mean, you look at how it expands and contracts. Doesn't seem like something that a pre-industrial society would be able to invent. And yet, we have all of these tools. And one of the fan theories is that the ancient civilization was very advanced and came up with this stuff. But there was an ancient dragon war, which I think the dragon war might be in one of the games somewhere, some mention of it. So that might actually be canon. But the fan theory is that this technology is some of the last remaining artifacts of the ancient civilization. I don't know, there's some theories that go farther that talk about like what happened to them and why, where they went. Even kind of, there's one pretty grim theory that suggests the ancient civilization had enslaved the elder dragons, which inspired the war to happen. The Dragon War is just elder dragons and ancient humans fighting each other. That's all it is, in as far as the in-game lore is concerned. One of the more infamous elder dragons is supposedly one of the surviving like veterans of that elder dragon and human war. Oh, he told me about. I didn't want to talk to you. Thank you for giving me a little bit of advice. So that dragon is like a very high level, difficult to find hunting quest in later games. But the species of dragon that supposedly fought those ancient humans is in this game. So the good news is that I can hunt it. The unfortunate news, the bad news, is that it's part of the online quests, and it's integrated in such a way that you can't actually slay it without the proper online server set up. Something that I don't think I'm going to be able to do. The best I can do is to use cheat codes to get one of the individual quests where the most that you do is ward it off. You fight it until you effectively scare it away. So I think that will be... I think that will be the ultimate goal of this series, is that we want to fight this elder dragon. And repel it. Because there are a bunch of online quests, not just that one. The only ones that really interest me are the quests with that monster in it, and 2 other Elder Dragon quests. It's another draw of this series is that the Elder Dragons are really mysterious, and they feel, especially in the older games, they feel mysterious because the quests are ones that you have to... they're pretty secret. You have to work hard to even find them. with a few Elder Dragons are easier to find, but for the most part, you have to go out of your way to discover them. And Capcom, who developed this game, had a policy called the Forbidden Monsters, where there were certain powerful monsters that they prohibited from being used in any promotional material, or even in the strategy guides, like the official strategy guide for these games. So these few Elder Dragons were kept secret in a way that they hoped would make them much more mythical and legendary. Like, you would hear your friend fought this monster, and then you would look it up and think, oh no, it's not anywhere here. And then it would have to be this, proven to you in person, I guess. It's a cool idea. In this day and age of the internet, there's no way to hide that stuff anymore. You would have to go out of your way to avoid that kind of spoiler. Otherwise, it'll just be everywhere. It'll be. I think Capcom has even given up on that policy, and now they've broken their silence, so to speak. I don't know. It's a very goofy way of looking at it, but I like the idea that you have these online quests that they cycle in and out. They're pretty random. One of the Elder Dragons in this game that I would love to hunt, but I can't because it's part of the server system. You can't cheat code it in. It's an event quest that only works if you have these servers. That Elder Dragon is not even really a dragon in the traditional sense. It's the Hirden. This lightning-powered unicorn with this like white flowing mane. It's a cool monster, and it's shown up in later games. It proved itself to be worthy of showing up in later games, and that's right, I'm gonna get some hot drinks. Or at least one. Oh, come back. Let's get two. And I'd love to hunt the Kirin in this game, where it makes its first appearance, but it seems like it's impossible. Oh, that's interesting. I was pretty sure the level 3... Oh, no, they do. So, you'll notice the mushroom quest that we just did is still here, which is nice. We can redo it as many times as we want, but I think any quest that you haven't cleared will get swapped out. So now our first quest, instead of the Cuckoo quest, Yon Cuckoo, it's now this Bullfango quest. We've got Velocidrome, Piscine Livers, and the Yon Cuckoo is here at the end. It looks like these are the same quests we had before, just reordered for some reason. But suffice it to say, the quest system works differently now, and we gotta get used to it. Yeah, let's see. The stream is getting close to over. What I could do... so the desert is a new area. Okay, we're gonna go to the desert and see if we can do this desert quest, but I need cool drinks. Oh, come back, cool drinks. Item is for gunners. Thank you for stopping me. We're gonna buy 2 cool drinks. I'm gonna drop off the hot drinks, and we're gonna do, to cap off this very long stream that has mostly been gathering, I'm afraid. We're gonna explore another new area. So at this point, we've seen 3 different areas. We will have, once I do this quest. River of Legend. So, we've got the forest zone, the desert zone, and the jungle zone. There's at least one more zone I know of, but these are the ones that we have for now. Oh, I guess the loading screen kind of hints at the different areas. And then let's see how the... Yeah, the quest gives me 2 cool drinks anyway. Oh, that's neat. I don't know what that instrument is called, but they have more unique music for this area. Oh, wow, really? In later games, you can carry up to 5 of the hot or cool drinks. But you only get 1 here, huh? Alright, I'm gonna go in numbered order again. Yeah, and we can make kind of, we can make a loop. Oh, look at that. We have the Ankylosaurus-like Apsaros in this game. They're more aggressive than I remember. Okay, chill out, Apsaros. I'm not gonna fight you. I didn't think they would attack me on sight. In later games, they're much more docile. Come on, Apsaros, I'm not here to slay you this time. Maybe later, though. What's this point? I can't gather it. That Apsaros is very angry at me. But oh, that's cool. I didn't think they would, when they had the Aptonos again in the jungle zone, I didn't think they would have any new herbivores in this area. But they do. This is another good use of dung pods, I guess, or dung bombs. We could scare away the Apsaros so that we don't have to slay them and they don't bother us while we're trying to do our gathering work. Come on now. They're like rhinoceros, I guess. Let's pop into Area 3 first. I'm trying to pick the most efficient way to go. And so we have new Utah Raptor style animals in the form of, I think these are Genprey. So if you thought that Velocidrome were bad, Genprey will paralyze you right on cue. So Genprey will paralyze you, as will Big Daddy Gendrome, the leader of the pack. So we gotta look out for Genprey. Luckily, oh, there they are. Wow, they're all kind of, they almost look like they're T-posing. I'm gonna see if I can get past them to go to Area 5 and investigate it. Yeah, Genprey are pretty nasty, and I haven't fought them before. So, I guess eventually I will, and we'll see how that plays out. Oh, really? Cold area. Oh, I think I know what monster likes to hang out in here. Well, we can't explore that because it's just going to sap my stamina. But we can attack the Genprey and maybe kill a few. Oh, they look weird. I remember the Genprey being more green. And they had kind of like these eyebrow ridges. Maybe that's the Gendrome has the eyebrow ridges. Alright. I'm not gonna... I don't think I'm gonna slay the rest of them. It's... Yeah, I don't think I have enough time to slay all of them and explore the rest of this. This is mostly an explorer mission. But this is neat. I didn't think that Apsaros would be in this game, and they are. more melinxes to cause problems. And we are going to encounter one of my favorite monsters in this area eventually. Not just yet. In later games, some of these gathering quests will have like a roaming large monster in it, but it seems like they didn't do that in this game. Because if they did, there's we would have seen one by now, I'm sure. So yeah, this is one of those... Oh, bug nets. I don't have any bug nets. Oh well. This is one of the feline camps where you can pick up their stuff if they steal it. I think this would be where you would gather it from. But I don't think there's anything... Yeah, there's nothing in here because they haven't stolen from me yet. So we continue. In a way, I'm pleasantly surprised that Area 5 is a cold region that requires hot drinks, because I didn't think they would do that in this game. In later games... and now we need the hot drink, because you can see my health ticking down a little bit there. And I think... Oh. Yeah, we need to slay some of these beasties that are swimming around. These kind of sailfish creatures. I don't know how we're gonna... Oh, wait. They're Cephalos. Holy crap, I didn't think, I should have known. I think they do water damage or something? Maybe? I don't know why sand does water damage, but that might be the case. So that is why they gave me sonic bombs, though. If you hit the sonic bombs near them while they're in the sand, they will, like, flop up and be helpless. And that's a really good way to slay them. But I have to throw the bomb near enough to them for it to have an effect. So let's see if this works. Yes. Oh, he did the spinning attack. Oh, and sand attack. And another sand attack. This is why they gave me an exorbitant amount of healing items earlier. Oh wow, they do all the... I'm used to all these moves in later games on different monsters, and they're doing all of them. In a way, this is a good practice for later monsters that do these attacks. Large monsters that do these attacks. But I didn't think these monsters would do that stuff, but they do. Man, they have some tough hides. I might not be able to do this quest if I'm not clever about it, because I'm bouncing with my current sharpness. Okay. Ouch. I should have been smarter about that. Oh man, and now it's jumped back into the sand. When they're in the sand, you can't really get them. Which is what the sonic bombs are for, but I guess I didn't waste it, but I only have one left. Man, come back here. How am I supposed to... Oops. How am I supposed to get you if you keep running away? Yeah, this is wild. But already, in the first game in the series, they're being really creative with this stuff. It feels pretty unfair, but they're being creative. Ouch. Oh, man. Oh, really? Some of these hitboxes, I swear. Oh! Get the bite attack. Okay. Oh. Oh, I should have blocked that. This might be the end. Oh, that was a big impact zone. I didn't think it would be like that. Okay, let's heal up a little more. Ah. I don't think they're going to come up above the ground again. The stream is going overtime. Trying to slay these Cephalos. I don't even know which one has the most damage on it. But they're not actively attacking me, so I can at least sharpen up and do a little more damage. Come on now. Yeah, these fellas are pretty nasty, aren't they? Come on now. I don't have any more sonic bombs to attack them with. That one seems like it's going to attack. Okay. Where'd it go? Is that it? Yes, it is. Oops. Okay, now it's out of the ground. I probably have to kill all three of them to get the 3 Piscean livers I need as well. Oh, okay. Are you ready to attack? Okay. That one seems like I've got its attention, maybe. No? No, the one behind me's got it. Ouch. Wow, this, where is it even aiming? Oh, wow. That came out of nowhere. Really terrifying. They're just toying with me. Come on. Man, I can't even hit him. Oh, I finally got one. Bum ba dum bum. And do I get another card? No, I don't. Okay. This is getting a little tense because I've only got one healing item left. But I'll be darned if I don't complete this one before the stream is over. Come on now. Oh, did it have an exclamation mark over its head? Metal Gear Solid style? Oh, I took a little damage from that. Ooh, okay. Alrighty. No. I'm getting too greedy with these hits. Where'd it go? They make some pretty nasty noises, I gotta say. Alright, I gotta take a break to take a drink. And that's the wrong button. Let's go here, where there's some solid ground, it seems like. And I'm gonna take a potion, and I'm gonna use the whetstone. Okay. I got one icing lever. Jeez. Again, generous quest timers by design. Because it is not easy to hit these. Not even out of the sand either. They do that jump and they don't come up out of the sand at all. I have another full drink, but I don't have anything to heal with. Let's see what this is. Maybe this will give me something useful. Cactus flower, great. No. This mission is, this quest. I'm not feeling this quest, after failing to even hit these monsters. Where'd it go? Oh, there it goes. That's the worst part. Because I'm out of stamina boosting items, and these Cephalos are so far away that I can't reach them to fight them. They're only going to kill me because of their swimming under the surface. Let's see if there's anything good in Area 9. Maybe this will compensate for everything that's been happening so far. No. It's just various felines, including Melinx. Okay. I guess they, maybe that's the purpose of these caves, is to take some shelter from the sun, from the heat of the desert. Well, okay, that one got an exclamation mark like it's coming after me. But am I going to be able to hit it, is the question. Well, no, because it went too far away. I might have to call this quest a wash. I'm clearly not either not prepared or not skilled enough to do it. I don't know. Yeah. You would think that, there might be an area that they can't swim through, like solid rock, that forces them to come up and attack you. That forces them to come up out of the ground. But, I don't think that's the case. Like, it seems like the entire area is just sand. So we gotta go up on this one. Because I don't really have, I don't have the ability to, slay those monsters. It's gonna drag on too long, and I need to end the stream anyway. Any chance I have of doing that. But we don't have to save. So instead, I'm just gonna load up my save before I spent money on that quest, on the quest, whatchamacallit, the quest fee. And I'm gonna call it there. Thanks for joining me on this very long stream that, if anything, has decreased in excitement after the first, like, half hour. But I'll see you next time for more, probably just some more gathering to make a better armor set, and whatever quests happen to turn up are the ones we're gonna have to take, so it'll be kind of, it'll be a surprise, even to me. See you next time.